was on the retreat there. But anyway, that's game number 1. Game number 2 is live, and in the bottom right here, currently down 1 map, this incredibly scary Zerg. Can he tie the series? This is EnDerr. Feeling thug life for this music right now.
And in the top left, the Red Terran up 1 in the series from Team Root. It's Iaguz.
The Gimli Terran, the Lord of the Mountain. Will he be in Premier one more time? He wants it. So does EnDerr. If EnDerr gets into Premier today, he will be the first ever player from the Philippines to make it into Premier.
Yes, he will.
Making history for his country.
That's a nice title.
That is a very nice title.
I would brag to all my friends.
To be the first and only person in your whole country to make it to Premier would be such a sick brag. But Iaguz here, he's looking like he wants to be a bit of a douchebag. Now this map is, as we mentioned, it's a pretty good map for roach aggression and that sort of thing. It's also a very good map for proxies.
He's very cheeky, but look at this drone scout.
Yeah.
Really early drone scout too.
Very early drones. Yeah, he's actually, I think EnDerr has read Iaguz very well here.
Yeah, I can't imagine him like hatch firsting it as natural or anything. So thank goodness it's only going to be a scout, and he's going to get confirmation that hey, you're either going CC first or you're going Rax, and he can count the SCVs.
Oh, he's going. Yep. So I was going to say almost certainly going to go for pull before expanding here.
Brutal.
Yes, and they even confirmed there with the Overlord. So EnDerr really on top of the early game here. He is all over this plan from Iaguz. So he's in a good spot.
Yeah, and Iaguz knows that he knows too, because he's been in his base.
He knows that he knows.
Yeah, so
that's right.
This is an awkward spot for Iaguz. It's kind of like, well,
you have to keep doing it. Like,
yeah.
You just cancelling the barracks has put you so far behind where a player that, like at EnDerr's caliber, will just absolutely wreck you for it. He might even cancel this barracks, actually.
Yeah.
He is going to cancel it. Oh, my God.
That's rough.
So frustrating.
Goes from bad to worse.
Oh, okay. The other SCV can finish it. It's finished 1 barracks. Nice little trick there from Iaguz. Going to keep those SCVs alive somehow, some way.
Yeah, but even so, they're really hurt. So even if you wanted to make bunkers with those or anything, it's
exactly.
Tough.
I was going to say he has to make bunkers. The strength of this push is having those bunkers to fall back on and SCVs to repair them. And yeah, like you said, it's already damaged. It's only got 3 or 4 nibbles from a drone there, and it's dead.
Yeah, Iaguz is already starting to wall off at home a little bit when he can.
Feeling like he's kind of boned here as far as this build opening
goes.
So now he has to try and
not die.
Sort of. Yeah, not die to speedlings would be nice, and also to try and capitalize on the fact that he knows EnDerr is gone for a very sort of defensive opening, so he can try and maybe lock it down and go for fast expansions or something like that. But he doesn't know that EnDerr's getting speed, so fast expansions would kind of suck against that. Yeah,
well, this is kind of your only choice, really. It's smart. He's kind of done what he can do here, and that's just send the Marines home. You have defense at your wall. He can't just run in there with speedlings or anything, chew through the wall.
Very similar to a GSL game.
Yes. And well, I guess he could try and bust it. I don't know if he really wants to do that.
Yeah, but he could. He's still he decides that he wants to put the drones back in gas. Okay, so I think he might be right. I think he might want to do that.
Yeah, he could. We'll see what he goes with, because sometimes busting isn't everyone's favorite thing to do, because you are going to have to go through this crazy barracks, supply depot, command center, plus whatever else he puts in, probably some bunkers, wall, and it can actually go wrong.
Oh, yes.
So it might be better just to play it
I've been
normally.
lucky enough to have a few wins against Zergs that get cheeky and try and bust, and it all turns awry.
Ah, very clever. Okay, so he won't bust. He's going to go for the scout instead with the Overlord speed.
Okay.
I like that idea a lot better. It's much safer, and he's going to be able to see absolutely everything that Iaguz is doing. So even if he was trying to do something a little bit cheeky to get back in the game, he's going to know about it straight away.
I think Iaguz is going to try and get up to Banshees here. He's dropping that factory, and he's getting double gas in the main.
Yep.
So he's going to try and power, get up to that higher tech tree as fast as possible.
Yeah, and he's been doing quite well with Hellion Banshee lately. I don't know if you remember back in the day, but we used to kind of have a bit of a joke about Iaguz because his Banshees would always die.
Oh no, I remember. I do remember. We used to call Jazzbazzing your Mutas or Iaguzing your Banshees. Yeah.
They would just. I don't think you quite understand, guys. It was just like without fail.
It was like Benny Hill hilarious.
Yeah, they would always die. But he's not like that anymore. Far from, in fact. In fact, I've seen games of his lately where his Banshees are still alive at 12 minutes in the game. It's just like, what? So
this gas bank from Iaguz is confusing me slightly. We'll have to see what he wants to do with all this. He's making Hellions. getting a very fast third hatchery, and we can see that the Overlord speed working out here for EnDerr as he's scouting pretty much unadulterated, getting a Baneling nest. Just going to go for Ling Bane, take up the Muta, your standard Cracker Barrel Zerg sort of unit composition, that's fine.
Yeah, just keeping it chill, macroing as you usually would, and that's probably the best option here. Iaguz is not going to be able to put any pressure on for a very long time, and any pressure he does put on isn't going to be too deadly. You know, it might be a drop or something.
Speaking of pressure.
Okay. Wasn't going to let him get away with it too long, I guess. Which is fair enough, because if you let the Terran macro up, he is going to catch up, and then you're going to be in Frown Town.
Spot of bother. So 26 lings being made from EnDerr here. The Hellions are almost certainly all dead. So, yeah, the links from EnDerr are going to shut this down. The rest of them are on the way as well. You can see them moving across the map here.
Yeah, it's going to try and take him out, but there's not really an angle for him to do so without losing the Hellions.
The Hellions and the Marines catching up here. So he loses one Hellion, but manages to at least not lose them all. But I think this entire army is in big trouble, Zeph. That's enough lings to just A-move this thing.
Not sure about him moving out right now. He has seen a fair few lings as well.
Yeah, he doesn't know about that many, though. Actually, the lings are going to just leave the army and go for a counterattack, and the wall's not complete either at the natural.
This is smart by EnDerr.
And he has a Baneling nest. 10 Banelings on the way.
It looks like he's almost a little bit indecisive. Like, do I go or do I clean up the army and then go? Because he probably has enough for both, in all honesty.
Yeah, this attack at the front of the natural, he might actually make Banelings with the attack as well.
Yeah.
Is going to be pretty scary. I don't think Iaguz has enough units to get this done. The Banelings are slow. If he engages off creep, he might be able to line them up here. Oh, it's going to be tough.
A bit of a tough micro situation here. A couple of Banelings go off already.
Actually, good connections for Iaguz, not for EnDerr.
Not the most efficient trades by any means, and the lings up at the third are still chilling there.
Yeah, they're becoming Banelings. Doesn't have really that many lings to follow it up though, but at least EnDerr can bust through and get some Splatty Posts, maybe get some SCVs. Not a whole lot at home for Iaguz, and there's a big reinforcement as well. Actually, the wall's down. Well, he doesn't actually die. Oh no!
He doesn't need it anyway. There's really nothing here though.
At that one depot, he's like, oh wait. And all of a sudden, Iaguz is actually in a lot of trouble here. The lings are in. The wall's completely down. He's supply blocked. And EnDerr is all over his production and in the natural with so many lings.
The Hellions are trying to desperately come back home, but how many are there? 3? There's really not going to make the cut here for Iaguz. It looks like EnDerr will be evening it up to a 1-1 here. Oh, God, be careful.
And this is exactly what I expected to see from EnDerr. Just non-stop aggression. Once he gets that hold on the game, EnDerr's aggressive Zerg play is really what got him those wins against Iaguz last weekend, and that's what's going to get him some wins today. Playing a macro game against Iaguz will not work.
No.
You will need to kill this nerd with aggression, lots of units, and hitting him at the right times, which he absolutely did in that last game.
Yeah.
Very well done from the Filipino Zerg.
You've got to hand it to him, though. He scouted the 11-11. He knew it was coming, and then that's just kind of like, well, I win.
Good read, yeah. He
so
was like, this is
likely
to happen to me because of the map, because of the prevalence for Terrans to proxy a Zerg on this map.
It is Sejong, and that's where he does it too. Like
he's playing a lot of Korean ladder.
Yes.
Say that much.
Yes, I guess it's Sejong that he doesn't do it on Overgrowth because it's too obvious now. But I feel like King Sejong's like equally obvious. But
yeah, I mean, either of those maps you should look for a proxy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think it might have been EnDerr that he did it against in the last weekend, but he put them in a kind of weird position that you usually wouldn't see them, so he got a bit caught out. So I guess he tried to pull the same trick twice, and it's certainly not going to work. So our third game is going to be on Catalina.
You're only one off. Very close. Third game is going to be on Catalina. The big octopus in the middle. Going to get into it and see who can edge out the series. At the moment, they are tied 1 apiece, which I am always happy about. I love more games of StarCraft. The best of 5 goes to 5 games. That's the way I like it.